Hello everyone, welcome to the winter solstice flow. So winter solstice is all about going inward. It's the darkest day of the year. So really want to take this time with this flow to kind of get connected to that inner self, to really go inward and just listen, hear what our hearts have to say, and figure out how we can find peace in the midst of the darkness. So for today's practice, all you need is yourself and a space to practice on. So we're going to go ahead and start in cat and cow. So that means tabletop position. So let's go ahead, find tabletop position. So knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath the elbows. And let's go ahead and just start with some cat and cow. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the eyes up towards the sky, press the heart down through the chest. And as you exhale, rounding the back, pressing down through the hands, really puffing up that space. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. So just immediately connecting breath with the movement. Go ahead and just start to take these at your own pace. Letting your breath be your guide. Dropping that heart down as you inhale and rounding through the spine as you exhale. Good. And find any other movements that might feel good here. So kind of taking some circles, drawing some circles with the torso is sounding good to me. So I'm going to explore that a little bit in one direction, take it the other. Maybe it feels good to linger in cow pose or cat pose. Letting your head just hang heavy. Whenever you're ready, come back to a neutral spine. Pull the belly button in towards the core. Start to reach the right leg behind you. Flexing through that back foot. And start to reach the left arm out in front of you. So finding a little balance here. Immediately finding a connection to the core. Good. Staying here for one more breath. Excellent. Drop that left hand down. And start to curl under the toes, keeping that right foot up in the sky. Find three-legged down dog. So lift up into a down dog, reaching that right leg up towards the sky. Immediately bend the knees, start to open up the hip, and take some hip circles. So just kind of circling that right hip out. And go ahead and change direction, circle the other way. Good. Inhale, straighten up through that right leg. As you exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Pause here, connect to your center. And start to reach the right leg out underneath your left side. Reaching the left arm up towards the sky, finding fallen triangle pose here. Reaching the left arm up towards the sky, turning towards that long edge of your mat. Shoot energy out through those left fingertips. Immediately starting this practice by finding our strength, finding our core. Good. Bring that left hand back down. Bring the right knee back in towards your chest. And start to spin onto the left hand. Come onto side plank on the left side. So bring that right leg on top of the left. Reach the right arm up towards the sky, facing the other side of your mat. Side plank. Always have the option to drop the knee here if you need. Stay here for one more breath. Good. On your next inhale, see if you can make this transition as smooth as possible. Lift that right leg up. Start to bring the knee in towards the chest. And spin it down. Drop the right foot inside the left hand. Back knee comes down. Low lunge, facing the top of your mat. Make sure you get your foundation steady. And inhale, reach the arms up, feeling that stretch in the left hip flexor. Good. As you exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Lift up just a little bit out of your high lunge or your low lunge. As you inhale and sink back down as you exhale. Good. Let's continue that flow. Inhale, press up just slightly. And exhale, sink. Good. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, bring the hands down to frame that front foot, send the hips back, find a nice little hamstring stretch here just for a couple of breaths. Good, maybe it feels good to kind of wiggle the hips back and forth just slightly, moving that sensation out through the back of the leg. Good, let's bend back into that front knee and send it back, come back to tabletop position. Let's take a couple of cat and cow movements here just to kind of reset. Inhale, lifting the heart, and exhale, rounding the spine. Good, one more round of cat-cow at your own pace. Excellent. Come back to center. We're going to take this over onto the other side. So start by reaching your left leg back behind you. Once you feel like you've got a good foundation there, start to reach the right arm out in front of you. Remember to keep the belly button pulled in towards the spine so you're not dropping your low back. Keep the shoulders pressed down out of your ears. Good. Stay like this just for one more breath. Excellent. Drop that right hand down. Keep the left foot up. Curl the back toes. Three-legged dog. Left leg up in the air. Immediately bending that knee and opening up the hip. So finding those hip circles. Good. Circling out in one direction. And now taking it to the other. Excellent. Next breath in. Reach the left leg up towards the sky. And as you exhale, bring that knee in towards the chest, hover, and start to put all the weight into the left arm, dropping the left leg to the right side, reach the right arm up towards the sky, fall in triangle on the other side of the body. Excellent. Staying strong in this pose, fall in triangle, reminds us we can still be strong even when we fall. Good, bring that right hand down to the mat. Lift that left leg up. Start to transition onto the right side, stepping the left foot on top of the right, reaching the left arm up towards the sky, finding side plank on the right side, facing the other side of your mat. Beautiful. Stay here for just 2 more rounds of breath. Really feel the strength. Go inward. Good, lift that left leg up. Start to swing it up, come on the back of the ball of the back foot. Drop down, find a little lunge facing the top of your mat. Build your foundation here. And as you inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Low lunge. Good. Taking some deep breaths here. I know I was breathing a little shallow in those strength poses. So really taking the time here. Good. Bring the hands down to heart center. And let's find that little flow. So as you inhale, press down through the front toes, lift up just slightly. And exhale, drop the hips. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. Good, one more just like that. Inhale. And exhale. This time drop the hands to frame the front foot, send the hips back. Find that lovely little hamstring stretch. Good. Kind of wiggle the toes back and forth. Excellent. Good. Walk the hands forward. One more inhale in your low lunge. And this time as you exhale, curl the back toes under, send the foot back to downward facing dog. So find whatever movement comes natural for you in downward facing dog. You can rock the hips from side to side. Release the head, neck and shoulders. Just let everything go. Good. Take just a couple more breaths here. Reset the body, reset the mind. So the winter solstice, the darkest day of the year, it's a beautiful time to go inward, to get quiet, to sit in the cave of the heart, and see what it has to say, if anything. Finding that peace, that stillness on the darkest day of the year. Good. On your next breath in, reach your right leg up towards the sky. And as you exhale, bring the right foot up in between in the hands, lifting that knee, coming into fallen triangle. So putting all the weight on the right hand, letting the right foot come out to the side, lift the hips, the left arm up to the sky. Just one breath here. Good. Exhale, come back to that side plank on the left side. So transitioning over to the left side, reaching right arm up towards the sky. Good. Inhale, lift that right leg. Start to bring the knee in towards the chest, spin onto the ball of the back foot. Find your low lunge. Drop the back knee. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, send the hips back, straighten that front leg, half split. Let's add on to this. Inhale, bend into the front knee, curl under the back toes, and come up to find standing split. So putting all the weight on that front foot, lifting the left leg up towards the sky, hands on the ground or on blocks. Good. See if you can start to lift the hands up towards your heart center. Warrior 3 with hands at the heart. Good. Start to come to a standing position, keeping that left foot off the mat. Just let it skim the mat. Bring the knee in towards the chest at a nice right angle. We're going to cross that left ankle over the right quad and find standing pigeon. So start to sink back into those hips. Feeling the opening, feeling the sensation in that left glute. So however far down you choose to go is up to you. If you'd like, you can sink down far enough, bring the hands to the ground or to blocks. If you like for your pigeon to take flight, go ahead. I think I'm gonna stay right here and breathe. Steady and strength in this balancing opening pose. Good, come back up to center, release the leg, bring that knee in towards the chest. Start to send that left leg back behind you, pausing in Warrior 3 just for a moment. And bend into the front leg, drop the back toes behind you, high crescent lunge, reach those arms all the way up overhead. Look up towards the sky. Good, as you exhale, bring the hands down, left hand on the inside of the right foot, find a twist, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Stay here for just a couple rounds of breath. Really opening and twisting through the upper part of the body. Good, one more breath. As you exhale, bring both hands down to the inside of that right leg and turn to face the long edge of your mat, finding low lunge, Skandasana. Feeling that opening in the inner thighs. So in your Skandasana, you can be down here, you can be up here, wherever makes sense for you. Beautiful. Let's start to walk this over to the other side. So walk your Skandasana over to the left side, bend into the left knee, straighten the right. Nice little transition here. Good. So now turn to face the back edge of your mat. Left foot is forward. Step it back, find downward facing dog, facing the back edge of your mat. Good. Reset, recalibrate. We're going to take this flow to the other side. So on your next breath in, left leg lifts up. As you exhale, bring that knee to the nose, pause for a moment. Open up towards the right side, reaching the right arm up towards the sky, left arm comes out, find fallen triangle. Pressing down through that left hand. Good, on your next exhale, bring the hand down, find side plank on your right side, so transition all the weight over to that right side. Left foot stacks on top of the right. Hand, hips lift. Good. Start to lift that left foot, pull the knee in towards the chest, swivel onto the ball of the back foot, come down, find your low lunge. Big inhale, pull lots of energy out from the earth, reach the arms up overhead. Good, as you exhale, send those hips back straight in the front leg, half split. Good, let's continue that build. So bend into the front knee, curl the back toes under, standing L on the left foot. Right leg goes skyward. Hands go to the ground, to blocks, or maybe they float. Good, now bring those hands in towards the chest. Warrior 3. And come to stand, skimming the mat with that right foot, bringing it to 90 degrees in front of you. Facing the back edge of your mat, remember? Standing or flying pigeon. So cross that right ankle over the left quad and start to bend into that left side of the body as much as feels good for your knee, feels good for your balance. You can always grab a friend, a table, a chair, a hand, whatever you need, and start to open up through that right hip. Remember, if you want to continue to drop down, you are more than welcome. You've got one more breath here. Good, start to bring the hands back in towards the chest, bringing up that right knee, staying, balancing on the left foot. Shoot the right leg behind you, Warrior 3 just for a moment. And bend into that front leg, find high crescent lunge. Big inhale as you reach the arms up, feeling powerful. And as you exhale, come down, find that twist. So dropping the right hand inside the left foot, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Stay here for one more full cycle of breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Bring that hand down to the inside of your left foot. Turn to the long edge of your mat. Skandasana on the left side. Beautiful. Excellent. Let's start to straighten both legs, still facing that long edge of the mat. Just find a wide-legged forward fold. So really letting everything go here. Dropping the head and the neck. Letting everything release. Find any gentle movements that feel good here. So I like to kind of gently sway back and forth. Whatever's calling to you in this pose, take it. Just try and keep your gaze, keep your focus inward. Staying connected to that cave that resides within the heart. Beautiful. As you inhale, flatten out the back, come up onto your fingertips. Start to heel toe the feet in a little bit more. We're gonna come down to a yogi squat. So once your feet are a little wider than hip distance apart, drop the hips down. Come into your yogi squat here. And I'm gonna close my eyes to help keep my gaze, my attention inward, and just breathe. And take these next few moments connect back to the breath. Inhaling and exhaling out through the mouth. Connecting with that Ujjayi pranayama, that deep ocean-like breath. Can really pull us back into the present moment, pull us back into our hearts, pull us back to this place of peace within the darkness. Good, and I want to invite you to keep your eyes closed or just a soft gaze for the rest of this practice as we start to close out and wind down. So bring the hands behind you and come down onto your back. Maybe you need to turn to face the edge of your mat, but come down onto your back, keep the knees bent and feet on the ground. Good, we're gonna come into bridge pose here. So once again, soft gaze or eyes closed. Bring the heels back close to your fingertips. feet hip distance apart. And as you inhale, slowly start to lift the hips up towards the sky. You can stay here. If you'd like to take this a little deeper, you can roll onto the shoulder blades and interlace the fingers below your low back, really opening and lifting through the heart. Staying here, staying quiet, staying with the breath. Good. On your next exhale, release the hands slowly, letting each vertebrae come down on its own. Lower down. And let's just take our feet the width of the mat, knock our knees in together. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. A nice little release for that low back. Good. Let's take bridge again. So bring the feet back hip distance, separate the knees. Inhale slowly, allowing each vertebrae to lift up off the mat as the hips rise. Maybe roll those shoulders under and interlace the hands. And breathe. Send this breath, send this space to the heart, to the chest. Feel it expand. Feel it contract. Good. On your next exhale, slowly, slowly lowering each vertebrae to the ground. And find that knee knock pose once again. Letting the knees fall in towards each other. Feet about the width of the mat. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Good. Separate the knees. I'm going to cross the right ankle over the left quad. So we did this standing. We're going to do it reclined now. Reclined figure four, reclined pigeon. Pulling that right knee in towards the chest. And as we start to wind down, I want you to really connect with this darkness. Connect with this time of the year. It's often darker, quieter, colder. There are so many lessons this season can teach us. What are you hearing? What are you learning? What does peace in the midst of this darkness look like for you? Good. Drop that left foot back down to the mat. Go ahead and just cross the right knee over the left, like you would if you're sitting in a chair. Gently move the hips towards the right and just drop those knees over towards the left. So finding a reclined spinal twist here. Let that right arm come out to the side. Just let the earth hold you in this position as you surrender, as you find your peace within the darkness. Good. As you inhale, come back to center, unwind the legs. Let's take this over to the other side. So crossing that left ankle over the right quad. And starting to pull that knee in towards the chest, threading the needle, interlacing the fingers on the shin. Continuing to just deepen the breath. Draw it in deeper. Move deeper into this darkness, deeper into this cave of the heart. Know that there is peace here. There's wisdom here. And let the breath pull you deeper. Good, let's drop that right foot down to the mat, crossing the left knee over the right. Hips move over to the left slightly and drop the knees down to the right as the left arm splays out. Recline spinal twist. Letting go anywhere that you feel tension, you feel like you're holding on. It is okay to release it here and now. In this place, in this pose, in this space. Beautiful. Come back onto your back. Unwind the legs. Pull the knees in towards your chest. Just give yourself a hug. Take a big, big inhale here. Biggest one you have all day. And as you exhale, release the legs. Let them lay out. Release the arms. Let them splay out next to you. Take this Shavasana and let yourself slip into the darkness and find your peace. I want to invite you to stay here as long as you'd like. And whenever you're ready, start to invite some gentle movement back into your body. Rolling out fingers and toes. Gently rolling the wrists. Maybe reach the arms up overhead. Take a big morning stretch. And keeping those eyes closed or your soft gaze, go ahead and gently, slowly find your way up to a comfortable seat. So maybe it's rolling onto your side, slowly pressing up. Coming to a comfortable cross-legged position. And staying with your breath. Staying in that peaceful place within the dark cave of the heart. Go ahead and place your hands on your heart. Feel it beating. Feel your life force. Feel yourself alive in this moment. Take a big deep breath. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Bring your palms to touch. As you exhale, bow. Maybe touching the thumbs to the third eye. Inhale brings you back up. Gently blink the eyes open if you had them closed. Thank you so much for joining me for this winter solstice flow. This concludes our flow portion of Flow and Open with Amy. For the open portion of this practice, I'd love for you to take some time to sit and journal. Where can I find peace in the darkness? Where can I find peace in the darkness? What does that look like for me? How do I reach that point? What brings me there? Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you all next time. Bye.